Hi, my name is Emanuela, and this is a quick practice to help loosen up the back and the hips. So let's come to the floor. Hopefully you have a mat or something that's a little bit cushioned for you, and come into table pose. So with our table pose, we've got hands under the shoulders, and I like to tuck the toes under so we can get a little stretch into the bottoms of the feet. Push the hips back and stretch out the bottoms of the feet. If this is too much for you, come up and just go to the bend of the toes that feels good for you. My toes are quite flexible because I practice this often. So don't think that you have to go as deep as I am. Just know that as you practice, it will get easier. And it's really important that you don't tighten your breath. So let's practice inhaling wide into your rib cage. Exhaling long out of the nose. Again, inhale, and notice when you inhale, we want the rib cage to widen. As we exhale, feel that the knees and the ankles and the toes can relax a little more. Now with our next inhale, take the shoulders over the wrists and exhale, round your back. So you're trying to point your tailbone towards the floor, tuck the chin towards the throat. Inhale to lift the chin, lift the tail. Exhale and round. Keep going with your breathing. So we inhale, think about the chest expanding forward, and exhale, round the back, tuck the chin like you're pointing the tailbone between your knees. 2 more. Inhale. As you go up with the chin, pull the shoulders down. Exhale and round. Let's check in with the toes. Keep them tucked under if possible. And if you can, really spread the fingers a little more to get more movement into the palms. This next exhale, just come to neutral and move your feet over to one side so we can come to sit. Bring the bottoms of the feet together, hands on your ankles, and just rocking the knees up and down. Trying to get some heat into the hip joints. If this is uncomfortable for you to sit on the floor like this, you can use a pillow underneath your hips to rise up a little bit. That will take some of the tension out of the hips. And from here, we'll just stay, left leg goes forward and the right foot outside of the left thigh. Taking your hands to the right shin and try to pull the knee to you. Try to pull your chest towards the knee. It's a lot of hamstring flexibility here, so just take your time. Also check in with your left toes and see if you can pull them back towards you. You'll feel it a little bit more in the calf muscle and also in the back of the knee. Relax your shoulders. Still keeping that wide breath with the inhale. And exhale. And we're just going to switch sides. So right leg extends, reset your pelvis to ground neutral, and then left foot outside right thigh. May not be able to hold with both hands, and that's okay too. If you need, your hands are beside you, your foot further away as needed. We're just trying to get a little bit of an internal rotation in the hip here. Continue to breathe without rounding, without hunching. And from here, we're just coming down onto the back. When you get on the back, bring your knees into your chest. Take the hands on top of your knees, keep your big toes touching, and pull your knees wide. Now, the hands will stay on the knees. Bring your knees away from you. Bring your knees together and pull them back into your chest. Out wide, away from you, together, and into the chest. Again, out wide, and try to make it nice and smooth. Away from you, together, into the chest. And now we're going to go opposite direction. Go away. Then we pull the knees apart, pull them closer towards your ribs, and then bring them together into the chest. 2 more circles like that. You can let the pelvis rock as needed. Trying to open up the inner thighs and create the fullest range of motion that we can find for the hip joints. The next time that the knees are together, Take your left foot down, bring your right leg up. Take your hands behind your right leg. Doesn't matter how high. Just make sure your shoulders are down. There's no tension in the neck. If you find that being on your back, you're really like pulling your chin up, then just use like a little blanket or a small pillow or something to keep your head supported. And the higher you walk your hands up, you might find that the pelvis might want to like lift with you. So make sure that your pelvis stays down. And we're just holding the leg that as high as we can without changing the alignment of the spine. Circle your ankle really slowly. If you don't have the range of motion in the ankle, that's okay. It will happen over time. The more flexible we have our ankle, the easier it is for the ankle and the knee to move. Let's go opposite direction. Even slower if you can. Notice those parts of the circle that feel a little extra tight. Don't bypass it. Stay there a little longer if you can. Good. And then we'll just release that, right foot down, and then switch. Left leg up, reset your pelvis if you need to. Hands walk up. This might feel tighter or looser than the other. No big deal. Just be where you are. And we'll start circling that left ankle. It's really good to do this as slow as possible so you can feel where in the range of motion that you are limited. Each side is going to feel different. And we want to go so slow that we can really become in tune with our body's sensation. Good. One more circle. And release the left foot down. Take your hands beside you. Get your feet so that they're pointed straight forward or out in line with your hips or slightly wider. And now we're going to just push into the feet. Start to point your tailbone to the ceiling and feel like you're grounding your feet, squeezing your glutes, and try to lift the hips off of the mat. If you have pain in your back, then going up might not feel so good, so you can just skip this. And exhale to lower down. So we're just going to do a couple more. Try to keep your toes spread and also notice not letting the knees wobble in and out. So we're keeping the stability right from the hip joint, strengthening the glutes and the inner thighs equally. Also keeping the equal weight through your feet. So notice if you're kind of like rolling over to the heel or to the side of the foot. Try to keep your heel and your forefoot equally grounded on both feet. We'll just do two more here. Feel that squeeze of the glutes as you lift and lower. Good. We got one more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Good job. Take your right ankle onto your left thigh and bring your left knee towards you. Bring your foot back down and bring your knee back up. Again, back down, nice and slow, and up. Good. And then we'll just release the left foot, the right foot, and switch sides. Left ankle onto the right thigh, and then right knee pulls in. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Bring it back down slowly. You can just gently move the knee to whatever angle feels good, strengthening through the hip flexor and opening up through the left hip joint. One more lift and lower. Good. Taking both knees into the chest, hands to the shins, rock side to side a little bit. And we're just coming into a twist to the right. So take your knees over to the right hand outside the left knee, and your left arm out to the left. If you want, your knees are stacked on top of each other, or you can separate the knees. If that feels good, the knee can come up a little closer towards your chest. Try to think about pulling your left hip away from you. Notice how that feels in your lower back. Try to breathe a little deeper into your left lung. And come back through center. Pull your knees into your chest again, just so we can reset the spine. And taking the knees over to the left. And again, choose whatever variation feels good. The knees can be stacked or the left leg can extend a little bit. Now we're trying to think about pulling the right hip to the front of the room. Breathe a little deeper into your right side ribs. Relax your shoulders. Good. And then we'll come back through center. Hands behind your knees and roll up. Cross your ankles. Take your fingertips beside you. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Tendency is to kind of lift the shoulder up. So I want you to think about keeping your fingertips down, your shoulder blades down. As we inhale, top of the head reaches up, long through both sides of the neck, and over to the other side as we exhale. Keep pressing your fingertips down, shoulders down. Breathe into the right side of the neck. Good. And inhale to bring it back up to center. Tuck the chin to the throat. Keep letting the shoulders hang down. Breathe into the back of the neck. Bring your hands on your knees and lift your chin. Let the forehead relax. And bring the chin back to center. Let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And we did it. Good job. Let me know if you have any questions. If you want me to do anything specific to what you're dealing with, I'm sure that there are others that are dealing with the same thing, and I would really love to address that. So just leave it in the comments and we'll work together. Have a great day.